It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. Another episode of TGIW. Wednesday, the best day for comic nerds because it is New Comic Day. So first, I'm going to start something new, and from last week, I'm going to name out of what I read is the MVP of the week. So what was the book that I enjoyed the most or got was the happiest about? Maybe it was an unsuspected surprise or something like that. So I'm usually able to get through all my weekly books by the time the next Wednesday rolls around. So after reading all of them, I will give a shout out to the MVP of the previous week. This week, nothing crazy, no big surprise. It is Immortal Hulk number 26. I mentioned last time this book is so good. It continues to be good. The Hulk and Bruce Banner are kind of on the same side on all the different versions of the Hulk. Joe Fixit's in there, and it's a lot of fun. We basically declare war on humanity, saying the world is messed up. It's overcome with greed from corporations and billionaires and all of that stuff. And he gives an ultimatum, fix it or I will. And I'm guessing fixing the problem entails a lot of smashing. So we'll see where that goes. But it was really good and continues to be great. So if you're not reading this, again, be sure to pick it up. MVP of the previous week, Immortal Hulk 26. So what was new this week? Got Batman's Grave number 2. Read the first issue of this, and it was a lot of fun. Basically starts off with Alfred looking at Bruce Wayne's grave in the present day. It's just there ready for him next to his parents, and him just sort of lamenting about, even though Alfred is old and been around there the whole time, he will probably live to see that grave filled. So it's kind of a dark start to it, but it's been really good. Well, the first issue was really good. Have high hopes for the rest of the series. So Detective Comics 1015, another Year of the Villain issue. In Detective, been following Victor Fries and him finally being able to unthaw and save his wife, which happened. She's not necessarily super happy about it at first, but I think that might turn. So that's been fun. Guardians of the Galaxy 11. This has been really great. The whole thing with Rocket being not well, kind of falling apart from the inside. I've been reading Guardians since the sort of modern Guardians of the Galaxy with Star-Lord and Groot and all that. Been reading it solid since. It's always been a lot of fun. Runaways, I think I've talked about this before. Runaways is fun. I've always read Runaways. This is kind of cool. They're kind of getting into like, you know what? We have these superpowers. Let's kind of be superheroes. So they meet up with an established superhero that I think is actually new as far as continuity concerns, but in the story he's been around for a little bit, so that's cool. Savage Sword of Conan. Conan books have been great. Mentioned before, this is my first entry into Conan, both Savage Sword and Conan the Barbarian. Haven't read any Conan before. Decided to jump on with the Marvel reboots. It's been really good. Superman 17, and Bendis been enjoying his DC stuff still. Legion of Superheroes last week was really good. Superman's been really good. I'm glad he's not so much just like bogged down in dialogue anymore, like he got to be in the I think late 2000, the late knots or so. But that's been great. Squirrel Girl 50. Squirrel Girl is so good. It has so much heart. I really like it because she's a big computer science nerd. She's going to school and she's a computer science major. I also, being my bachelor's and master's is in computer science, so some of like little computery type jokes that are in there are kind of fun. that you may not get if you're not familiar with some CS concepts. Let's see. History of the Marvel Universe, number 5. Just going through the things that have happened. It's the history of the Marvel Universe. I mean, the title kind of says it all. It's not a whole lot of groundbreaking new information. A lot of it's like, yeah, this is what happened, this is what happens, but it's nice for it to be all in one place, and it's told in an interesting way, where we're at the end of the universe and Galactus and Franklin Richards are looking back and reminiscing about what has happened and sort of going through the history of the Marvel Universe, sort of at the end of time. So it's a nice little refresher or a good jumping on point if you're just getting into comics, and particularly the Marvel Universe, and like, hey, what am I getting into? What's the state of the universe? Because there is a lot of stuff that has happened that if you don't know about, it makes the books coming out now maybe not as enjoyable as they could be. So it was a fairly light week for me. That was everything from my subscriptions. I only got one thing off the shelf, and that was the Family Dollhouse. I picked up Basket Full of Heads last time, and it was good. I enjoyed that, so I decided to keep with the Hill House books and at least give the first issue a shot. So we'll see how it goes. I'm so excited to read that. I guess you could count this as coming off the shelf. It was off the trade shelf, but since it was a light week, I had a little extra. So I decided to pick up the first volume of House of Whispers. Sandman stuff I generally read in trades. It reads so much better, except for the Hellblazer series that just started, just because I love Hellblazer so much. I want to read that issue to issue. But I haven't read a lot in the Sandman universe, the new cycle of that. They had this and Books of Magic, which I almost got, but I've never read Books of Magic before, which I really need to do, because I love DC Magic Universe, Hellblazer, Lucifer, Swamp Thing dips his toe in there pretty occasionally. So I didn't get that. I'm going to go at some point, go back and pick up all the trades of old Books of Magic and read those before I start into the new one. But I did pick up House of Whispers, so I'm looking forward to that. And lastly, as you all know, my 90s Venom kick. This is right in the 96, pretty much dead center in the 90s. So Tooth and Claw was Venom versus Wolverine. Should be some fun fight scenes in there. So I was happy to pick those up. But unfortunately, I think with this, the Venom well has run dry. The shop that I've been getting all these Venom minis from, this was the last one that I didn't have, or at least that they had complete. They have some incomplete of the Venom miniseries, like it's a lot of them missing the number 1s and stuff, and I just want to pick them all up at once. So the ones that I'm missing, I'll probably have to pick up on eBay or something, unfortunately. I do prefer to pick them up from my local comic shops if I can, just to support them, even though they may be cheaper just to get them on eBay. I do like to support them when I can. So that is everything. Again, it's a pretty light week. I don't have a whole lot more. I'm excited to see what's going to get the MVP of next week. We'll see. It shouldn't take me long to get through these, since it was a fairly light week. Probably won't get through the House of Whispers. I'll just go on the to read bookshelf. But that's pretty much it. As always, let me know what I may have missed. What should I have tried out? What was your favorite book of this week, and what was your MVP of last week? Maybe I can go back and check it out if I didn't pick it up, or maybe I agree with you. Maybe I don't. Maybe we can talk about it in the comments. So let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you hopefully soon. Have at least one idea of a new back issues episode. But at the very least, I will see you in 1 week for the next Wednesday. Thanks. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.